colors. The kaleidoscope comes from 3 different Greek words. Kalos, beautiful. Eidos, shape. Scope, look, observe. Observer of beautiful forms. Color is nature's gift to the world, seen in the changing shapes of flowers, trees, animals, sky, and sea.
Words are the poet's gift to the world.
See, in their masterful use of words to express color in nature and the continually changing patterns of human feelings and experience. Tonight, the students of Birchwood School will present to you this kaleidoscope of words and color and the words of great poets. Tonight, it is our gift to you, a kaleidoscope of words and color.
marshmallow roaster. Turning my stick, oh so slowly, taking my time, checking often. This is art, a time of serious reflection. As my pillow confection slowly reaches golden perfection, my brother grabs them with grubby hands, shoves them on the stick, burns them to a crisp, cools them off, flicks each quick. I'm still turning my stick. He's already eaten 6. Dragons low by Lillian Moore. Breathe and blow white clouds with every puff. It's cold today, cold enough to feel your breath. Puff. Breathe dragons mow today. Hide and Seek Shadow by Margaret Hiller. I walked with my shadow. I ran with my shadow. I danced with my shadow, I did. Then a cloud came over and the sun went under and my shadow stopped playing and hid. The Freight Train, author unknown. Clickety, clackety, clickety, clack. The train speeds over the railroad track. It rolls and rattles and screeches its songs and pulls and jiggles its freight cars along. Clickety, clackety, clickety, clack. The engine in front is big and black. The cars are filled with lots of things like milk or oil or a mattress springs. Clickety, clackety, clickety, clack. The engineer waves and I wave back. I count the cars as the freight train goes and the whistle blows and blows and blows. Bananas, ducks, lemons, smiley faces, mustard, construction trucks, dandelions, and popcorn. Things that are yellow. Popcorn by Helen H. Moore. Pop, pop, popcorn. Popping in the pot. Pop, pop, popcorn. Eat it while it pops. Pop, pop, popcorn. Butter on the top. When I eat popcorn, I can't stop. Author unknown. Smiling is infectious. You catch it like the flu. When someone smiled at me today, I started smiling too. I passed around the corner, and someone saw my grin. When he smiled, I realized I passed it on to him. I thought about that smile, then realized its worth. A single smile just like mine could travel around the earth. So, if you feel a smile again, don't leave it undetected. Let's start an epidemic quick and get the world infected. The puppy chased the sunbeam by Ivy O. Eastwick. The puppy chased the sunbeam all around the house. He thought it was a bee or a little golden mouse. He thought it was a spider on a little silver string. He thought it was a butterfly or some such fine thing. He thought, but oh, I cannot tell you half the things he saw as he chased the sparkling sunbeam, which just would not be kiwi, frogs, shamrock, grass, leaves, grasshoppers, broccoli, and green beans. Things that are green! I found a four-leaf clover by Jack Lusty. I found a four-leaf clover and was happy with my find. But with time to think it over, I've entirely changed my mind. I concealed it in my pocket, safe inside a paper pad. Soon much swifter than a rocket, my good fortune turned to bad. I smashed my fingers in a door. I dropped a dozen eggs. I slipped and tumbled to the floor. A dog that broke my legs. My ring slid down the bathtub drain. My pen leaked on my shirt. I barked my shin. I missed my train. I sat on my dessert. I broke my brand new glasses and they couldn't find my keys. I stuffed and spilled molasses. I was stung by angry bees. When the kitten ripped the curtain and the toast burst into flame, I was absolutely certain that the clover was to blame. I buried it discreetly in the middle of a field. Now my left is safe completely, and my rose of almost healed. If I ever find another, I would simply let it be, or I would give it to my brother. He deserves it more than me. Send my spinach by Douglas Florian. Send my spinach up to Spain, also post up on a trip. Mail it, sail it on a ship. Just don't let it touch my lip. The Caterpillar by Douglas Florian. The caterpillar grows fat. It's very small and short and fat. And with those beady little eyes, we'll never win a beauty prize. The caterpillar's brain is small. It only knows to eat and crawl. But for this creepy bug, don't cry. It soon will be a butterfly. Stop signs, strawberries, watermelon, hearts, tomato, fire engine, cardinals, and red pandas. Things that are red. The Spaghetti Challenge by Leslie D. Perkins. My mom's spaghetti is the best. No other mom can beat it. But every time she cooks it, I can hardly wait to eat it. Wonderful control. But as I raise them to my nose, they fall back in the bowl. I twirl the noodles once again with all the skill I'm able. But as I lift them up to eat, they tumble to the table. I spin my fork, spaghetti winds around and round once more. But as it nears my waiting lips, it slithers to the floor. My mom's spaghetti is the best. No other mom but I would like it better if I got a chance to eat it. Fire truck by Bobby Cat. Fire! Fire! Bring! 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 Into action we both spring. Siren shrieking, metal gleaming. Down the street we both go streaming. We're a team and 2 by 2. We do the jobs we're meant to do. Pumpers, hoses will deliver water to make hot things shiver. Hook and ladder bring the crew to high fields with us wood to do. Ladybug by Rebecca Kai. Smaller than a button, bigger than a spot. This crimson queen with midnight polished polka dots journeys in her ruby shell across the walks, along the cracks, among the petals of rose. Carefully, tenderly, she goes. Footballs, coconuts, candy, brownies, paper bags, chocolate, dirt, ear down, things that are brown. I'm in love with mud by Jared Lancaster. I'm in love with mud. Except I know, but splash in it or stop it's sticky and dirty and it covers all my clothes. But when I see it lying there, a voice inside me growls. You can't resist, you know I'm one. It's fun to play in mud. Look at it just sitting there. I really think you should. I splutter in the grimy glue. I can't resist the ooze. I run. I jump. I stamp about. It drips into my shoes. Johnny by Marcy Ridley. To Johnny, a box is a house. Or a car. Or a ship. Or a tree. Or a horse. A stick is a sword. Or a spear. Or a key. A carpet is magic, of course. Forgets by Lillian Moore. Where did I bury that nut? That sweet nut I carried away. Where did I stop? Where did I drop that bad right nut that I saved for today? Did I hide it deep and far or near? And why's a new green nut tree growing here? continue the spectrum of color problems by focusing on carousel animals. What do carousel animals have to do with kaleidoscopes? You may ask. A kaleidoscope creates continually changing patterns of colors and shapes. A carousel or a merry-go-round does the same thing, mesmerizing its waiting riders like a kaleidoscope, mesmerizing its viewer. I present to you the second grade class. The Merry-Go-Round by Myra Cole Livingston. The merry-go-round whirls round and round in a giant circle on the ground. And the horses run an exciting race while the wind blows music in your face. Then the whole world spins to a colored tune, but the ride is over much too soon. Ohio is a treasure trove for all things carousel. Carousels can be found in some of our city parks and zoos. Mansfield is home to an indoor carousel called Sandusky Houses and Merry-Go-Round Museum. Ohio is also the home of 2 carousel manufacturers. Northern Ohio has such a rich carousel history that the National Carousel Convention will be held in Cleveland this September. Our first section of poems tonight is based on the animals found at the Circle of Wildlife Carousel at our very own Cleveland Metro Park Zoo. This carousel opened just last year. It was carved in Mansfield, Ohio by an Ohio company. It had 64 wooden hand-carved animals which are glued together by their natural habitats, including African grasslands, tropical forests, and tundra. Lions and tigers and bears and seals. Oh my. Invaders by Marion Conger. They were lying in the bedroom, napping on the bed. Tigers goes in the kitchen, nibbling at the bread. It's sealed in the bathtub, and all the nicest chairs are filled to overflowing with growly polar bears. There's really no place safe to sit and nothing safe to do. Since my funny little sister spent a Sunday at Lion by William J. Smith. The lion, ruler over all the beasts, triumphant moves upon the grassy plain, with sunlight gold upon his tawny brow, with dew like silver on his shaggy mane. Into himself he draws the rolling thunder. Beneath his flinty paw, great boulders quake. He will dispatch the mouse to burrow under, the little deer to shiver in the brim. He sets his whip on the serpent lashing, so the tall giraffe brings humbly to his knees, awakes the sloth and sends the wild boar crashing, wide-eyed monkeys shivering. He gazes down into the quiet river, parting the green bulrushes to behold a sunflower crown of amethyst and silver, a royal coat of brush and beaten gold. Tiger by Amy Gibson has more cause sakes the flowers, but Tiger opens not his heart. He stares on sun, petals hard, and leaves the talking to his swan. Tiger by Mary Ann Holder. I know tigers, their right foot firm. Don't come near or I might dirt. Don't come near or I might growl. Don't come near or I might
the rocks with the zoo, through his watery room, past crabs and eels and green seaweed, past fluffs of sandy minnow. See how he swims with the swerve and a twist, a flip of the flipper, a flick of the wrist. Quick, silver, quick, softer than spray, down he plunges and sweeps away. Before you can think, before you can utter, work like dough pickle, or apple butter. That's how he swims past stingray and shark. Out with a zoom, a whoop, a bark. Before you can say whatever you wish, he plops at your side with a mouthful of fish. Call me Polar Bear by Monica Cullen. I trudge to school like a polar bear, breathing out clouds of frosty air. Some people say winter's a song, but bears don't sing, they just plod along. Polar Bear by Gail Credenzer. The secret of the polar bear is that he wears long underwear. Polar Bear by Amy Gibson. If you dare steal a polar bear, consider my advice to you. If polar bear said polar bear, steer clear on the sizes too. Rhinos purple, hippos green, by Michael Patrick Hearn. My sister says I shouldn't color. Rhinos purple, hippos green. She says I shouldn't be so stupid. Those are things she's never seen. But I don't care what my sister says. I don't care what my sister says. I will color what I want to. Rhinos purple, hippos green. No Rhino by Douglas Florian. The rhino wallows in the mud. He bathes in yucky muck and crud. And though that doesn't make him cleaner, it's wonderful for his demeanor. Dino by Amy Gibson. Do you suppose the rhino just hide hands on his rhinos? He's got the skin, he doesn't mind. It's hard to find a thicker rhyme. By Jack Pulaski. The huge hippopotamus has a tail on the back of his wrinkled hide. He carries the bulk of his prominent bulk on a loosely resembled side. The huge hippopotamus lives without tail at slow, philosophical pace. As he wades in the mud, something is done in a permanent grin on his face. Habits of the Hippopotamus by Arthur Gutterman. The hippopotamus is strong and huge of head and broad of bustle. The limbs on which he rolls along are big with hippopotamus muscle. The 3 feet here sweets like ice cream, apple pie, or custard. The teeth tweaker when he eats a little hippopotamus. The hippopotamus is true to all his principles and just. He always tries his best to do
The thing's one, hippopotamus. That's right. Trucks or trams, and taxi cabs or omnibuses. It took stays out of traffic jams and other hippopotamuses.
Mountain Gorilla by Janet Walker.
My curves may have brush off the volcanoes of the water.
See the ash in my grandfather's silver bat.
My head, half the mountain. My shoulders, mountain bus.
Earthquake? That is my father thumping the ground. Thunder? That is my uncle beating his chest.
Black hail, oh, that
My mother's snake her policy.
Giraffe by Amy Gibson. A pink brush tail, 4 coffee cups, 2 404s out on the roof. 4 lanky legs, 4 knobby knees, a foot of thumb for grabbing leaves. A cold as gold as honeycomb, frostbite like interlocking stones. A foot or 2, oh what the heck, 3 or 4 or more neck. Mix well for best results don't have. And voila, presto, a giraffe. Furry Bear by A.A. Milne. If I were a bear and a big bear too, I shouldn't much care if it froze or snowed. I shouldn't much mind if it snowed or freeze. I'd be all fertilized with a coat like his. Where I'd have fur boots and brown fur wrap and brown fur knickers and a big fur cap. I'd have a fur muffle ruff to cover my jaws and brown fur mittens on my brown fur paws. With a big brown furry down up to my head, I'd sleep all winter in a big fur bed. The penguin by Douglas Florian. A penguin isn't thin, it's fat. It has penguinsolation, and it toboggans through the snow on penguinter vacation. The penguin's a penguinsome bird of black and white fine feather, and it will huddle with its friends in cold penguin-y weather. Of course, Cleveland is not the only place in the United States with interesting carousel animals, as our last 2 animals prove. The crocodile is found on the merry-go-round at the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. It sits on one of the world's first solar-powered carousels. The puffin is one of 64 hand-carved wooden animals on the carousel at the St. Louis Zoo in Missouri. Let these 2 animals take you on a fantastical spin. How Duckling Crocodile from Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. How Duckling Crocodile includes his shining tail and pour the water of the Nile on every golden scale. How cheerfully he seems to grin, how neatly spreads his claws, and welcome little fishes in with gently smiling jaws. There once was a puffin by Florence Page Jox. Oh, there was once a puffin, just the shape of a muffin, and he lived on an island right in the sea. He little fishes that were most delicious. He had them for supper, and he had them for tea.
But this poor little puppet, he couldn't play nothing, for he hadn't anybody to play with at all.
So he sat on his island and cried for a while. all play together in all sorts of weather. And the puffin eats pancakes like you and like me.
He looks
the second.
Here we go. That's 5th Avenue below.
Said the first one.
There's a hat. Watch me land myself on that. 40 stories isn't far. 37, here we are. 20, 16, 13, 10.
If we make this trip again, said the second, we must fall near a building twice as tall.
What a time to think of that.
Said the first and missed the hat.
Bella had a new umbrella by Eve Merrick.
Bella had a new umbrella, didn't want to use it, so when she walked out in the rain, she didn't ever use it.
Her nose went sniff.
Her shoes went squish.
Her socks grew soggy.
Her glasses got foggy.
Her pockets filled with water.
And a little green froggy.
All she could speak was a weak
Ka-choo!
but Bella's umbrella stayed nice and new.
I Am the Rain by Grace Nichols.
I am the rain. I like to play games.
Like sometimes I pretend I'm going to fall.
Man, that's the time I don't come at all.
Like sometimes I get these laughing stitches up my sides, brushing people in and out with the clothesline.
I just love drip, dropping down collars and spines. Maybe it's a shame, but it's the only way I get something. Thunder and lightning, anonymous.
The thunder crashed,
The lightning
flashed, and all the world was shaken.
The little pig curled up his John Travers Moore. I left my footprints on the sand and watched them follow me. For every place that I had gone, I saw them by the sea. But when the tide came in, it washed my footprints away and left no trace of them upon the sand I trod today. Sand by John Foster. Sand in your fingernails. Sand between your toes. Sand in your ear holes. Sand up your nose. Sand in your sandwiches. Sand on your bananas. Sand in your bed at night. Sand in your pajamas. Sand in your sandals. Sand in your hair. Sand in your trousers. Sand everywhere. Seaside by Willis Norman. I like the seaside. I like the sea. I like the green waves over me. Slip and slither and flow and fluff. It never seems to rest or stop. It fails the great ships on its track and takes them forward and brings them back. And in its deepest depths I know luminous bright-skinned fishes go. The bit I paddle in, small and sweet, it cools my ankles and smooths my feet. And yet they say there's a great deal more, and someone paddles on a different shore, a different beach, with different things, and birds with scarlet on their wings. I guess wherever it might be, I like the seaside. I like the sea. What is the Sun by Wes McGee? The sun is an orange dinghy sailing across a calm sea. It is a gold coin dropped down a drain in heaven. It is a yellow beach ball kicked high into the summer sky. It is a red thumbprint on a sheet of pale blue paper. It is the gold top from a milk bottle floating on a puddle. Sunshine by Rose Flynn. If I could hold sunshine, I could lighten the dark, warm up a cold sea, or brighten the park. I'd scare away dragons, melt pathway through snow, and when it was raining, I'd make a rainbow. If I could hold sunshine, what would I do? I'd grow a big sunflower and give it to you. Dandelion by Richard Burns. Wish in the wind. Gray flow, flow round the clock till you burn. Go again. What's the time, Mr. Dandelion? By Judith Nichols. Time to spread yellow signs over the field. Time to blow minute stars into the sky. Time to lie, counting lion's teeth hours. Time to stand still now, watching time fly.
In style. Such color. Makes you look.
Makes you gasp.
Makes you smile.
Butterfly. Still flutter. While leaves flutter too. Such style. Such jazz. And poems with
Autumn by Adrian Rumble.
Autumn is the rich season, the year's tycoon.
Great armfuls of the trees, lost William.
Cascades of newly minted gold.
The season's banknotes, crinkled crisp, already spent. On the Doorstep by John Bryce. On the doorstep, in a brief autumn sun, a beetle zigzags by, its black back blazing.
The sun is on fire in the sky, and it is warm. Flowers open in the garden, and the butterfly flutters by.
Wings widespread, it stops to feed at the flower bed, and on its favorite flower, the butterfly settles like two extra petals. Butterflies and seasons. Our reasons to celebrate words and color.
tell.
The first 3 poems we'd like to share with you describe many vivid colors and feelings. They truly portray a kaleidoscope of colors. Music Color by Phyllis Halloran.
Sometimes when the music plays, I close my eyes and listen.
And way down deep inside of me, things start to glow and glisten.
Blues and purples start to swell, break up and dance together.
Then a dusty pink comes swirling through, floating gently like a feather.
Falling streaks of silver rain make puddles round like the moon.
And suddenly, reds and yellows shout a very different tune.
The melody goes on, like colorful wind that blows.
And when I open my eyes, I'm the only one who knows.
That sometimes when the music plays, I close my eyes and listen.
And way down deep inside of me, things start to glow and glisten. The Paint Box by E.V. Rue.
Cobalt and umber and ultramarine, ivory black and emerald green. What shall I paint to give pleasure to you?
Paint for me somebody utterly new.
I have painted you tigers in crimson and white.
The colors were good and you painted alright.
I have painted the cook and a camel in blue, and a panther in purple.
You painted them true. Now mix me a color that nobody knows and paint me a country where nobody goes and put in its people a little like you, watching a unicorn drinking the dew.
The Thin Prison by Leslie Norris.
Hold the pen close to your ear.
Listen, can you hear them?
Words burning as a flame. Words glittering like a tear.
Locked, all locked in the slim pen. They are crying for freedom.
And you can release them, set them running from prison. Himalayas, balloons, Captain Cook, kites, red brick, London town.
Sequins, cricket bats, large brown boots, lions and lemonade. Look, I've just let them out.
Pick up your pen and start. Think of the things you know. Then let the words dance from your pen.
These poems are all about being happy and having fun.
We think of the color yellow when we are in a cheerful mood.
The Giggle of Wings by Frank Flynn. Feeling sad one summer's day because there was no one to play with. I lay down on our lawn to watch the sky, saw bears chasing lions across the blue plains of afternoon as a flock of
you can see. I think shame to stick to nursing as that shadow sticks to me.
One morning, very early, before the sun was up, I rose and found a shining dew on every buttercup.
But my lazy little shadow, like an errant sleepyhead, had stayed at home behind me and was fast asleep in bed.
A giggler gets the giggles at every little thing. A puppy dog that sneezes, a cow that tries to sing. Moo, moo, moo.
She giggles at an elephant, she giggles at a toad, she giggles if a baby duck waddles down a road.
She giggles if the teacher asks if 2 and 2 are 4. At lunch, she giggles when she spills potatoes on the floor. When Mother sat on Daddy's hat, she giggled till she cried. I think she ate a feather that is tickling her inside.
Bursting by Dorothy Atlas.
We've laughed until my cheeks are tight. We've laughed until my stomach's sore. If we could only stop, we might remember what we're laughing for.
The Sorrow of Socks by Wendy Cole. Some socks are loners, they can't live in pairs. On wash days they've shown us they want to be loners. They puzzle their owners, they hide in their players. Some socks are loners, they won't live in pairs.
The Joy of Socks by Wendy Cole.
Nice warm socks! Nice warm socks! We should celebrate them! Ask a toe. Toes all know it's hard to overrate them. Toes say,
Please don't let us freeze till we're numb and white. Summer's gone, put them on. Wear them day and night.
nice warm socks! Nice warm socks! Who would dare to mock them? Take good care of every pair and never ever knock them. Ticklish by Pamela Gillian.
One day as I passed the bathroom door, I heard what sounded like a roar. Then a scream, like a parakeet. It was only my brother, washing his feet.
Every time he takes a bath, all he can do is laugh and laugh. He's ticklish from nose to knees. Armpits and elbows are teeth.
And if he's laughing fit to burst, he's reached his toes, the very worst. To be so ticklish is a bore. When I hear him chuckling, I'm sure.
I'd rather be ticklish here and there
that are not so good.
Sometimes we feel jealous, scared, or angry. We think of red when we are angry,
Green when we are jealous.
And purple when we are scared.
What do you think of?
Under the Stairs by Daphne Lister. I don't like the cupboard under the stairs. It reminds me of caves and dragons' lairs. So I never look in once it is night in case I should get a nasty fright. I'm silly, I know, 'cause it's only small. There wouldn't be room for a dragon at all. But even in daytime, it gives me the scares to go past the cupboard under the stairs.
Bump by Spike Milligan. Things that go bump in the night should not really give one a fright. It's the hole in each ear that lets in the fear, that and the absence of light. Life's not been the same in my family by Jack Perlutsky.
Life's not been the same in my family since the day the new baby came. My parents completely ignore me. They scarcely remember my name.
The baby gets all their attention.
Oh, isn't she precious?
They croon. They think that she looks like an angel. I think she resembles a prune.
They're thrilled when she giggles or gurgles.
She burps.
They exclaim in delight. They don't even mind when she wakes us with deafening screams in the night.
They seem to believe she's a treasure. There's simply no way I agree. I'd wish she'd stop being a baby and start being old like me. Anger by Charlotte Zolotow. First, it's dark, then darker still. Birds stop singing, everything's still, until rumbling thunder tumbles by. Flash of lightning streaks the sky. That's how I feel when I'm mad at a friend, as though this loud, dark time will never end.
Don't Yell at Me by Jack Prelutsky. Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me. I hate it when you do. It makes me feel so miserable. I want to run from you. I simply cannot stand it when you scream into my ear. If I knew how to do it, I'd completely disappear. Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me. I'll crawl away and hide. I'll detonate to smithereens or shrivel up inside. Feel free to thumb your nose at me or wiggle all your toes at me or even bring a bell at me. But please, please, please don't yell at me.
Belinda Blue was furious. She fumed.
I'm really mad. This is the worst experience that I have ever had.
She beat her fist against the wall. She pounded on the floor.
I am livid.
She exploded.
I am bilious
neighbors thought they heard a sonic boom.
Her rage was unabated. It appeared she never quit. In fact, she seemed to savor every second of her bit. Belinda Blue created such an overwhelming scene because at lunch her mother said,
Please, eat just one green bean.
Our next poems are all about love.
We love our family and our friends. We think about the color pink when we think about love.
That's very funny.
Snore-a-bye, Daddy by John Kitchen. Snore-a-bye, Daddy, in your armchair. No one would wake you, no one would dare.
Under your newspaper, worn like a wig, till we wake you at tea time. You can snore like a pig.
My Sparrow Grand by Burley Doherty.
My sparrow grand is the singing one, fizzy and tidy, and brown bright eye. She chirps and chatters, she screams and darts. She picks up the bits that clutter her nest.
And when evening comes, when all her work is done, I bring her my book, sit on her lap, snug in her arms that are feathered down and warm.
Grandpa Bear's Lullaby by Jane Joler.
The night is long, but fur is deep, and you'll be warm in winter's sleep.
The food is gone, but dreams are sweet, and they will be your winter meat.
The cave is dark, but dreams are bright, and they will serve as winter's light.
Sleep, my cubs, sleep. Dad by Burley Doherty.
Dad is the dancing man.
The laughing bear, the prickle chin,
The tickle fingers, jumble roars,
Bucking bronco, rocking horse, helicopter roundabout,
the beat, the wind, and swing and shout.
Goalpost, scary ghost.
climbing jack, Humpty back,
But some
lump. A yawny mouth, a sprawly lump.
And I'm a kite without a string, waiting for Dad to dance again.
Our final poem is about a kaleidoscope. Together, people, emotions, nature, animals, everything in our world makes a beautiful rainbow kaleidoscope of colors.
Kaleidoscope by James Kirkup.
This tube is as dark as a telescope, but at one end my eye sees light, at the other not stars or comets, but a rose window, bits and pieces of tinted jigsaw glass.
Geometric yet original, agile arabesque, ever-changing, ever new.
Organic as the pattern in fresh sliced fruit.
My hand gives the tube a gentle shake.
The rose window, with a tinkling rustle, collapses on itself.
Yet is not broken, for its jeweled segments rearrange themselves into another sharp design, quite different, yet just as good.
A wheel of chance and choice. Transparency of dreams. Pressed eyelids, stained glass of eternity.